So I am here tonight, Neil, to talk to the ladies. We were at a function and we were having discussions as men and stuff like that. And I brought up a topic, kind of sort of, by the way, saying that, men break up with women a lot of times and the women don't know why. They get ghosted essentially, or they find that the man just pulls back. And a lot of times, because we do as men don't say, women figure, well, yeah, it's just that the man in the use, or as we were saying, American context, the city men sassy or whatever. Them is the kind of things that are levied against the men. But the reality is, there's something else going on. And oddly enough, the wife and I, we had this conversation like days prior, right? And the concept was new to her, but it's sure that as I'm talking here now, the men listening to this stream are like, yeah, that's true, So men run into women and a lot of times they kind of pull back and you don't know why. Let's watch this video from Coach Greg Adams and hear what is said on this topic.
All right, men get disappointed too.
Times men date us and they're actually disappointed when you're wondering like, oh, well, why did he pursue me? Why did he want to be with me? And then now all of a sudden he pulling back and he want me to chase him. He got to fucking know you and he's disappointed. Let me tell you this. And it's my shit, so I can say, I done disappointed a couple niggas. I know that there are men out here that was just like admire me from afar and it was like, surprise, I'm a hoe. Like, surprise, look. I fucked you in a week. Like, I know that I disappointed you. Like, I think that men, they see you from afar and they're like, wow, she's out here doing her thing. She's a boss, whatever. And then they get you and they see you off that Casamigos. You drunk as a fucking fish. Your diet don't consist of nothing. You listen to trap music every time you wake up. You have no morning routine. You have no core values. And they date you and they're like, damn, like, I thought it was something else. It's actually disappointing.
Bruh. Not the Final Fantasy.
Big up Coach Greg Adams, man.
Boy.
One of my favorite content creators to watch, right? You heard what she had to say, Neil. As usual, Neil, I open the floor to you. I want to hear your opinion on this particular topic because we would have had the discussion, and the young lady that the guy was talking about the other night, she had some challenges, some hygiene challenges and stuff like that. And it caused him to break off the entire relationship, right? And up to this day, man, see that's 20 years ago, 25 years ago, up to this day, still ain't tell this woman why them done, right? So I turn it over to you, Neil. Let me hear your comments on this.
Well, they don't think that we men just get disappointed because we don't have standards. You understand? We men, we just about the cat, the thighs, the breasts. But men get disappointed too, especially men that want a certain woman around them or want a certain quality of life when it comes to women, right? I ain't gonna just put it into like relationships or whatnot. Shoot, they got some men that very discerning about the lashing and dashing. We got mercenaries out here that, I could think of a friend of ours. That man's a mercenary, but he's a killer, but he ain't killing everything that pass, right? Like he's a man that would still be very turned off by odor and certain dress and stuff like that. But I think coming over that conversation too, because I was reflecting on that conversation too, and we don't have standards. Men are not allowed to have standards. And if men do have standards or a standard, it is deemed as manipulative, egotistical, misogynistic, all those narcissistic, all those things, right? But really and truly, men have standards too. Us men, we get disappointed when some women don't eat right. For me, personally, I am turned off by a woman that doesn't eat a particular type of way. I ain't saying she gotta be a vegan. I ain't saying she gotta eat a particular way all the time. But if everything consists of fast food, that's an issue. Don't eat a vegetable, a fruit, nothing. Don't drink the water. Right? That's a problem. And then how you dress, that's a preference thing. Men have preferences and standards too, right? I think it is interesting having this space or these spaces where podcasts, everybody got an opinion, everybody could go and say something. A lot of people, a lot of men especially, are talking and having the conversations, and we do have some women that are agreeing with our train of thought and having the conversations with us. right? Like, for example, I can't imagine the conversation we had over the weekend. I can imagine having that 10, 15 years ago. That would not have been a conversation that
Yeah.
a man would have felt open enough, to broach, right? But men got standards too, especially men that looking for wives. We got standards too, and our standards are not rooted in material things necessarily. We do want a woman that is ambitious. We do want a woman that is fit. We do want a woman that smells well. She is a God-fearing woman. She can knock a pot here and there. She is willing to understand how, when, and where to do certain things, understands the importance of roles, allows a man to lead while being allowed to be feminine. Like for me, a big turnoff is a masculine woman. As soon as you come in,
That's a turn off for most men. Right?
but you see, what's the catchment for the man, right? Is when they see the hips and the thighs, right? A man would say, "Oh, I will put up with a little boss diva." Or the action is the action. You understand? But
ski and retreat.
Ski and retreat, but no.
But that's the thing there, right, Neil? When you said a few minutes ago, that men looking for wives or whatever. And again, having a conversation with wife here earlier tonight, actually, it kind of like as I was talking through this kind of thing. I was saying to her, men look at women in two categories. Are they looking at this here long term? Or are they looking for this here to be short term? So it's either here for a good time or here for a long time, right? If the good time and the long time can, overlap like a Venn diagram or something like that, that's the sweet spot you want to find there, right? And a lot of men, right? Every time they meet a woman, they look at her through that lens. Am I going to stick up here or am I going to move along quickly? Right? For us as older men, Neil, I find that, as you said, the hips and thighs don't catch me like you used to. If we see ignorance, we just move on and
fast.
The hips and thighs ain't worth it. We just keep it trucking, right?
That's right.
And you will find out a man would engage a woman from a physical standpoint, purely from a physical standpoint. Don't fool your foot, ladies. Men are attracted to you based on what they see. Right? So if you can't get any man you want, start there. Look in the mirror and say, well, I could attain to.
But hold on. That will take what? Accountability. You need a gal with accountability.
We got Ralph Tresvant, man. Yeah. Remix. Anyhow, right? So that first thing. Men will be attracted to you based on how you look. Don't care. Shoot. Women are attracted to men a lot of times based on how they look too. So don't let me get in this thing. Oh, you're so shallow. Don't do that. It ain't worth me. Right? It's good. So after we pass that, the man is not going to engage you. Are there things about you that I want to keep around me? Or am I going to keep this as purely physical? Right? So now the man can start engaging you based on your attitude. You realize that you combative, you always want to quarrel and everything. The man dash that way. Man
dealing with that.
One straight against you. Shoot. The man look at you friend circle and realize they got a couple of DJs out there. She always in every fact. I ain't gonna call that DJ man names, but when I know the DJs. You in the DJ circle, you at every party. Mark against the name. Gentlemen, put in comments and you can say if I right or not. Shoot. The man talking to you 4 days in, suddenly you got problems with a bill.
You need assistance.
4 days, the man talking to you all of a sudden, light go up here. Rent due.
Your rent's due, motherfucker.
I gotta come out of pocket for that. Right? Shoot. Worse yet, you can't tell him, man, the man gone, but you look, you just in cabinet. You got creams for different itches and stuff like that.
You got things that you can't pronounce and thing about that there.
Yeah, I was like, these situations, and then, but the man's not gonna sit to man, but you shoot, you got your dog and you hold some dog fur all over your place. You know what I mean?
That can make it.
So, but the man can't say to you, well, yeah, it's like Ross and friends, when Ross went to the woman's apartment and they had garbage strewn everywhere. He can't even find a seat. And the man say, yo, I would love to hit, but
Not
I
this.
can't make it. I don't know where he would do it. You know what I mean? So all of these little things is make a man step back. You might engage you might smell stink. You smell you doing bad. You know what I mean? And I saying it like this because I want you to understand that and I sure the men that listening here saying, yep, this is true. I had a situation where Megan play this in the barbershop. They can say, yeah, boy, remember when? You know, all of these things are factors as to where a man is, you know, and he ain't gonna tell you. That's the thing, ladies. He's not going to say it to you.
You'll find something
Why?
else to say.
Because he does not want to have that uncomfortable conversation, right? I know the women can say, oh, if it's a man, you could come and tell.
No.
Ain't nothing to do with being a real man and all that there. The man just don't want this conversation.
Because as much as y'all, because sorry to interject here right there, but as much as y'all ladies is think that y'all could take criticism, right? Y'all can't take it, you know. We men is gonna take it whether we want to or not, because y'all gonna land our plane whether we ready for the incoming traffic or not. But when
they can't say what they're gonna say, however it line, we gotta take it. Man, not so much. A man will say things, want to say something to a woman, you will engage his filter, you'd be like, is this worth my peace? Probably not.
Probably not.
You just think it's a name. So the man will, and that's why you hear women say they get ghosted, right? Because the man just ain't want to say have this uncomfortable conversation because there's no delicate way to say to a woman, yeah, you might smell stink, you know. And we had this conversation the other night, Neil. I don't care how we tried, all the suggestions that came out.
Yeah.
There was no delicate way to say you smell bad.
Yeah, you're more hot.
Yeah,
breaking up
no
with,
delicate way to say.
But hold on, it's not that. It's not only that you're more hot, you know. I'm breaking up with you because you're hot.
Yeah.
Because.
So I'll say this, right, to the ladies that are desirous of finding a husband, long-term partner, whatever you want to call it. Go back. Look at your exes, because women will tell you why they work out with you. They tell you shoot, you're too short, you don't got enough money, you know, you smell stink, you don't keep your place clean. These are things that women will say to men, right? So please get the information. We know, all right, we're gonna improve here, here, and here. Women don't get that information. So women, I would suggest to you, if you want, because it's about improvement, that's what this channel about. Go back and ask your exes. Yeah, so what is that and be prepared. If y'all are cool after the breakup, he will probably give you an honest answer, especially if you insist on it. Right?
He might not even do it then, because the man just don't want to.
Just want this conversation.
But just don't want that action. The man don't want that smoke.
Or if you can't find an ex that can be honest with you, engage male friends that know you long. Engage male friends that know you long, that you could trust, and then ask them for a brutally honest response as to how they receive you, because it's about how people receive you, right? I remember having a chat with my counselor one time, and you know, I said to him, I think I'm a pretty cool guy. You know, he said, yeah, you know. He said, yeah, you might think so, but how do people receive you? And I found that in my comings and goings, especially in music circles, people do not think that I'm very cool at all. People
that's very interesting. Yeah,
people seem to receive me as a hard ass, which I've never seen myself to be. But people receive me as this very militant, you know, by the line, you know, kind of guy. And I've never seen myself as that. But people receive me that way. So it's about how people receive you. So I would encourage you, ladies, go there, ask a male friend, your close male friends that ain't trying to sleep with you. Because if they're trying to sleep with you, you can't get a good, honest answer, right? So find your closest male friends that are not trying to sleep with you. Ask how they receive you. And that would give you some data as to where you got to improve in order to get into that relationship that you want.
Yeah, I agree. I just saying, ladies, also remember that it's coming from a place of love. When you seek out this criticism or you ask the question how you're received, like if you don't hear about you sunshine and roses, you gotta eat that. You gotta eat it. Don't stop talking to the man. You know, don't disown the friend, right? Because it gets very sticky. And I know a lot of people are gonna push back on the fact that women cannot take criticism, or rather they don't take criticism well, and you're gonna hear the but what about I got this and this and that, the next the
Not
third.
all women.
Not all, but let me be very, very clear. Men are told exactly what women are thinking. I would say the majority of the time, if there's a criticism, she is going to let the man know this is why. I am unhappy, we're breaking up. She is going to tell you this is what it is. The main perfect example, right? Perfect example, right? Now, this is going to be a little Heidi kids, because this is going to be a little, you know. But how many times you hear a woman say a man would small?
Correct.
A
A man has never got any fault.
Man can't ever say that he woman got a little tunnel down there or loose and knocking. But he cannot do that. He can't say that. He can't say the baby's breath. He can't say the behind drop. He can't say those things. Right? Yeah. But let a man go pop belly, you belly big as ever. You know what I mean? But you don't get you looking as bony as ever. I've been told all these things, you know. I've been told you bony as ever, you know. You too tall.
And I've been told we belly big. So you know it is.
So there it is. But shoot, you can't tell a woman she fat now, because that fat shaming. Can't tell a woman but she belly here at all in 2025. You joking?
You can't.
Oh, sir.
You can't.
No, sir.
You can't.
So let me and this comes back now. Really, I can touch on this real quick. In a equality world that people want, if you tell me I fat and my bird small, I should be able to tell you that you fat and you're so loose. But then no.
Again.
Shout out my key. But that is what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. So I know, man. Just take it with a grain of salt, you know.
Yeah.
See it as improving dialogue to improve yourself.
Because that's what it's about, you know. It's about trying to improve. Because you want to get what is you want, and in order to get what you want, you got to provide value for somebody else. You ain't get something for nothing, right? So you can go up in a little word to get what it is you want. But folks, this has been another Senate Short. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to ensure you don't miss any of the commentary we got coming for you. We can see you guys again very, very soon. Peace.
It's a contaminated environment. And the tutu's about that.